Hello traders, Dan here. Let's take a look at the broader markets. This is our weekend review of open and close positions for the weekly options trader for the week ending March 6th. Another wild ride on Wall Street as we've seen during the week. Spiders here, we got that vicious bounce off the low with the cooked internals, which we were predicting with great certainty. It was just a matter of what the turn looked like. It happened here on the gap down to support, little tail. Look at all this volume here. Things are very chaotic here with all the fear of the coronavirus, inverted yield curves, recessions, slowing growing economy. There are real fears out there. Friday, look, we've just had crazy day-by-day action, which has been a paradise for day traders, but more difficult for swing traders of stocks and options. However, last week we did exceptionally well despite these crazy moves. We had 3 small stop outs, which we'll review, of course, like always, but we had like 15 winning trades. I got to add them up. But spiders here, what's our bias? I really don't know. I don't know. We got the bounce. This was a bearish gap. This was a bearish gap. We had an end of day rally when the VIX, this is the VXX, but there was some news that some volatility traders on the floor got blown out with the big spike in the VIX. And then into the afternoon, we had a very robust rally across the board. And whether that's going to set a low, I have no idea. But we would prefer a new low and then, get more oversold, get the internals back into oversold status. There's more negative news on coronavirus over the weekend here, so I'm predicting a gap down Monday. We said that on Friday in the green trading room that the trend of coronavirus is negative. So unless the market was already pricing in greater uncertainty or unless there was some positive news that came out, traders, weren't crazy about going home long over the weekend, and we got that bounce. Who knows if that's short covering, whatever the case, but we really didn't want to be a part of it. Qs here, it's a negative gap down under 4 bars of resistance in a downtrend. IWM the weakest, which is why we have this as a call spread candidate in the letter under an intraday support level. Let's look at opens right now. Microsoft, bearish gap under that 4 days of consolidation. Rebounded into the close there, but we just have to sit through it. Same with Netflix. We did a bear call credit spread. All of these topping tails are sellers up there. Had a bear gap down, was breaking down, also bounced with the broader market. Nike, same, where we covered half into weakness though. RCL, we had 2 lots of naked short puts that expired at full profit last week, and we're holding 2 more short strikes, the 48s and the 44s. And it's still so far away, but the trend is still down. What can I say? If these type of trades are making you nervous, just stop out under Friday's low. They're so far away. I love looking for opportunity in sectors that are just getting decimated. I know we started doing this on this green bar, thinking that was a beautiful turn, climactic buy setup. And things, when you use the term overbought, oversold, you got to put that in perspective. As we always say, they can become more overbought or more oversold, as you see in this travel sector. The cruise lines, the airlines, and the travel industry is really taking the brunt of this coronavirus. Again, rightfully so. But I'm going to keep an eye on these sectors. Our intent is to roll these if necessary, because they're still, do the math of what percent the 48 and 44 naked puts are. The 44, another $21 away. That's almost another third of market cap loss. Could it happen? Of course it can happen. So trade accordingly. Finally, Team we got into on Friday, another bear call credit spread. Bounced off support here, but our strikes are up here, and we'll just manage it like we do every trade. Let's take a look at now closed trades. Apple on the Thursday. On Thursday's gap down, we sold an out of the money call spread, 2 days to expiration, expired for full profit. We did Qs and spiders put spread 0 DTE last Friday on an intraday breakout, and we closed half near the high at a profit, and the back half we trail stopped out. The 2 RCLs I already mentioned. But look, check this out, folks. When the stock, let's just eyeball it, call it 79.80, we sold the $50 naked puts for 86 cents a share. So that was $30 away. So look, we closed at 65. The 50s are still 15 bucks away, so that expired at full profit. And then we also did the $43 puts, another $7 away. So even though the stock went way against us, we still made money. Apple, we had a, let's see, we had a bull put credit spread that we entered on March 2nd, and then we closed that out into strength. PayPal, we had a bear call credit spread, and with the gap down on Friday, we tightened the stop and stopped out at a gain. Beyond, we had a bear call credit spread, and with Friday's gap down, we lowered the stop 30-minute high, and that stopped out at a gain. And folks, please read the resources. We spend a lot of time trying to give you valuable information and various resource documents in your members area. Just log into members area, hit the resources tab. The second document in there is a new document of how to read trade alerts. It has a lot of good information in there, including a chart on something as simple as what is a 5-minute high or low. And so when we move the stops like we did in Beyond and a couple others, 30-minute high, what that means is you sit on your hands for 30 minutes. The high of the day at 10 o'clock Eastern, you put your stop 1 penny above the high of the day. That's a 30-minute high. 5-minute high, it would be a penny above the high set at 9:35 Eastern time. So we stopped out at a gain there. NVIDIA, we had a put spread earlier in the week when we had these bullish turns and into strength. We closed that out at a nice profit. Qs here, one that we actually rolled from last week. We were able to, on the gap up, able to get out of that at a nice gain. Amazon, we had a put spread also on the bullish turn. On this day right here, we sold an out of the money put spread for $8 a share. And we covered half into strength and trail stopped out of the back half. SMH, we had a put spread. Now, we had one loss on this, but we also had a gain on this turn here. And just like the others, we nailed this turn and we made really nice profits. And on this gap down, it took out the 30-minute low. We were short the 130, 120s for next Friday, and the 30-minute low unfortunately stopped us out of that at a loss. TLT. This was one we stopped out, but actually at a gain. So we shorted a call spread here, and I had tightened the stop because I didn't like the bullish action in the TLT, along with the bearish action in the broader markets. So we stopped out of that at a small gain, and you can see that was an excellent decision. Spiders, we're very active in the spiders. We had a put spread on this. Well, this was the one Friday, as we mentioned. VXX, we were short the 25-30 call spread, and this was one that we did the TLT the same day, and so we stopped out of half of this one at 60% or so of max gain, and trail stopped out of the back half. And I still have this on my watch list here. Look at the weekly chart here, just ripping up to 32, these prior highs, which, because of the contango headwind nature of this instrument longer term, I would have never expected it to get this high. The VIX has rallied back to the 218 highs, multi-year highs. There's a lot of fear out there, but what comes with fear is opportunity. We tried bottom fishing in these climactic buy setup oil ETFs. XOP stopped us out break even. We took a small 6-cent loss on the OIH put spread. And look at that. It's, with the slowing economy, there's another example. It's extended, but it looks horrible. I remember in the green trading room on this day right here, I said, this looks ominous, breaking down on the daily and weekly. And look at that. That's exactly what happened. It was a bear gap breakdown. Microsoft, we actually had again on the bullish turn. We nailed a lot of stocks. We had a put spread there, which we closed at 30 cents. Goldman Sachs, another one, we nailed the turn on this climactic buy setup, closed into strength and a gain. Spider, similar to the Qs, one that we did down here and we rolled. We were able to get out at a profit on the gap up. Shop, we did a bull put credit spread, and this was one, we did a bull put credit spread on Wednesday on this beautiful red bar ignored breakout, and then the next day when it gapped down and I didn't like the broader market, this was an example of what I said, let's get out break even just to reduce our long exposure. And we were short the 465, so with the afternoon rally, it actually would have expired at full profit if you held on to it, but that's not our style. We did the absolute proper thing there. Reduce exposure, don't have another potential headache, disaster on our hands, and we were focusing on new opportunities with better reward to risk. On Netflix, we had a put spread. I mean, these are just some of our regular go-to stocks, as you see, and we'll trade bull or bear spreads as they set up. VIX, we did have one stop out on this with the gap up. We stopped out at a 30-minute high, along with the spiders. We had a bullish spider put spread here, and we stopped out 30-minute low on this day. So those were our three little stops: spiders, VIX, and the OIH. That is it. So we're going to start the week. You can see I have some bullish and bearish positions. It's Monday or Sunday night opening in the futures. It's going to be very interesting. Even the overnights have been very volatile. So trade lighter. This is a very unique trading environment. If you're new in particular, you really need to trade lighter. If these trades are frightening you or you don't understand them, just paper trade them. This is a great learning environment if you are open to learning and following our objective systematic approach at Master Trader. Good trading, everyone. Keep all the comments coming in. I know there's a lot of people doing very well, very excited, some new, some been with us for decades, and we're getting great feedback from folks. Have a great trading week. As always, you can email Greg at mastertrader.com, Dan at mastertrader.com, and we will be in touch during the week.